Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Lovely Stitches here on Flosstube. Today we are at number 36 and it's January the 30th. Today has been a very cold day here in the Netherlands. We went for a walk earlier today and they had some sort of puzzle walk made, puzzle route, and you had to find little signs with letters on them, and if you found all the letters you could make a word, and children could get a little prize if they had it right. So it was really fun. It was busy in the park, but yeah, I understand people want to get some clean fresh air and they want to get out of their houses. We are still in a severe lockdown here. We also have a curfew every night. We still will be having that for the next week, and after that they are going to see if we are staying in that curfew. They are already talking about reopening the schools, and especially my son was very happy. He really misses going to school, being with his classmates and his teacher. And I do think it's better for all the children that they are going back to school again. Even though we as parents are doing the best we can, most of us aren't teachers. We do what we can, but I think we have teachers for a reason. So let's hope it's a start. They are very busy vaccinating people here around the Netherlands. So let's hope there's some light at the end of the tunnel. So next, let's talk some cross stitch, because I guess you are here for that. What have I been doing? Of course, some Haed stitching. I stitched some freebies. I don't have any haul at this point. I ordered some flosses, but no charts or anything. So yeah, let's get onto the stitching part. I will start with a Haed. As you know, I am rotating my Haeds every 1000 stitches. And I already stitched 1000 stitches on Princess Asleep. Do I have no, I don't have a cover photo of that. I will make sure I have one next time. But I wasn't feeling the fabric at all. Do I have every copy in here? No. I worked on some 20 count Ada. That's where I started working on. I liked it, but I wasn't feeling it. Then I worked a little bit on my Peacock's Plumage, which I'm stitching on a 25 count Lugana 1/1. And the 20 count was also 1/1. And I was like, maybe I should try this. I mean, it works well. I got the hang of it. So I restarted. And this is my restart on 25 count Lugana. I liked it. It was okay. But I was still not feeling it. I like the Lugana for Peacock's Plumage, but this is very confetti heavy. At least this point is this start. I have been figuring out I'm a right top corner starter, and I was just not feeling it. So I figured, what project do I love most? My Fall Fairy, and that's on 18 count Ada. So I ordered some 18 count Ada and I restarted again And these are 1000 stitches on 18 count Aida, 2/1, and I love it again. So yeah, I've done 1000 stitches now, so I'm moving on to Minnie Owl and Poppy Field. But I can't wait to get back to this one. Love it. Then I already mentioned her. I have been working quite a bit on my Wool Fairy. I decided I wanted to join 24 hours of cross stitch. I already knew up front that I wouldn't be able to stitch 24 hours. I am team sleep, so I had to sleep in between. We have small children. They are 6 and 7 years old, so I sometimes need to get up and help them with things. So I was aiming for about 16 hours. I managed... How many hours did I do? I forgot already. I believe it was 14 hours, which was quite a bit for me. And I only worked most of the time on my Wool Fairy. Look at those colors. Oh my. That's really true to color. And this morning I reached the 80% goal. As you know, I am stitching on this for #FC Finish Challenge 21. And I reached the 80% goal. So lovely. I need to stitch 125 stitches every day to reach my goal and to finish it by the 31st of December. I am currently halfway done with February. So yeah, I'm upfront and I really love that. And I will make sure I stitch on it a little bit every week to stay on point with my goal. Then that weekend I also worked on a freebie, and I don't have the cover picture anymore. I already tossed it. But this is my finish. I finished it a little later that week. This is Let Love Rule by Modern Folk Embroidery. I stitched this on 18 count black Aida with DMC variegated, and I believe it's 107. And this just pops off the fabric. It's so bright. I still need to fully finish this, and I'm going to fully finish this as a pillow. I want to do it in the upcoming week so I can have it on display for Valentine's Day. I love stitching this. I will hold it a little bit closer. So yeah, really cute, love it. Then I had a new start. As I said in a previous video, I was going to do a stitch along with Debbie, Creatively Yours, and Alice. Hi Alice, who is Honeybee Stitcher on Instagram. And we wanted to stitch Pandemic Sampler, which was or is a freebie by Sarcy Girl. An amazing freebie, I must say. And we started. I have a tiny start. I'm stitching this on 40 count cobblestone. by Swikert, I believe. It's a Swikert fabric, but I don't know. I believe the color is a Swikert color. 1/1. And I only had a tiny start, but I am going to stitch on it a little bit more tonight. And it's hard to see on a dark fabric. I have to put on my glasses because I have glasses for looking in the distance. But when I'm working on this or darker fabric, then I like to take off my glasses, and then I can see the holes better. So I did put this in a ring. I don't know if I will keep it that way. I like stitching in hand, but sometimes I need a little bit more attention to my fabric. So we'll see if I keep it in the hoop tonight. I'm stitching this with all the called for DMCs. And I love it. And I need to get back to this one. Yes, freebies. I'm looking at my notes if you're wondering what she's looking at. Freebies. I've done some more freebies. First up is Love is Kind, which is a freebie by Hands On Design. If you Google it, you will find it, I assume. And I stitched this on 28 count raw even weave. And I used some old DMCs, which belong to my mother. And it's funny, my mother used homemade DMC cards to put her threads on. And these are actually DMC cards she also had. It also says a number, and you can write down a number. And then you can... They're like the bobbin cards you sometimes get with kids. So yeah. I used number 350 and 950 for this. And this is my finish. And I want to finish it like the heart-shaped pillow Hands On Design shows on her freebie. And then I also stitched another freebie, and it's still wrinkly. If you have seen my Flosstube, you know it's wrinkly. But this is A Hug Will Do, and I hope, yes, there it is, A Hug Will Do by Lizzie Kate. And I stitched this on a 32 count, I believe it's a, no, it's not a 32 count, 28 count Lugana in a very light pale green. And I hope I get those wrinkles out. I need to iron them and fully finish it. Hopefully I will get to that in the upcoming week. I have some more freebies I want to stitch. As Stitchketeers, we are sending each other messages. Have you seen this freebie? Or someone is stitching it and then we all want to stitch it. So we are enabling each other constantly. But I think it's fun, and they are small and it's something different. And then all the Haed stitching with the big ass projects, and yeah, I really like that. I have one more thing to show you. No, two more things. I'm lying. I spent one night. No, three more things. Oh, I'm being chaotic all over again. I spent one night stitching together with Bianca. She won my Eleanor Rigby copy. I had two of them. She won a giveaway and we started to stitch along. I am stitching it on HQ Designs Old Linen, 40 count. And this is how far I am now. I'm using all the call for threads and also the specialty threads. but I couldn't get my hands on onyx. I already told that last week. I tried again to get them, but they are sold out everywhere. Every cross-stitch shop I could imagine that was selling it didn't have the onyx. So I decided to use the DMC conversion that is given on the chart instead. And that's for the big vase underneath the flowers. And it looks fine. It's just, my mind works. I'm not a person who does a lot of conversions herself, or throws in some colors to stitch it with that. I mean, this freebie by Lizzie Kate, I did. The only green dots here in between are the colors that are asked for. The other colors I picked out myself because it looked great together. But I'm not that kind of a daredevil. And I buy a chart because I like it. I like the look of this. I like the darkness that is coming out of this. So I really debated if I should switch it up, if I should wait for onyx to be back in stock. I also saw Weeks was carrying an onyx color. I almost bought that. But I went with DMC 844, I believe. Yes, DMC 844. And it looks great, but my mind just has to adapt to that point where I'm accepting that it is okay. And I love it. This is also 40 count, and I'm definitely on a 40 count kick at this point. I'm sorry. Then I worked on something I haven't worked on for a while, which is this panda, my magic needle, also known as #CutePennaCell, which Jantina of Jantina Stitches started together with Deborah from Stitch the Stash. Jantina already finished it, but I don't know if Deborah already did. I still need to look at your whip parade, Deborah. I'm sorry. I still have a watch list of about 70 videos of whip parades and regular videos. I'm so behind. It's terrible. I haven't been watching Michelle, made by Michelle McGrath, Stacy 911 Stitcher. I still need to look at your videos. Cindy Love and Stitch, I have watched 3 of your videos and I still need to look at the rest. Oh, talking about Cindy Love and Stitch, she stitched a Delft blue tile from the brand Paco. Oh, I fell in love. I ordered it right away. I paused the video, went to the Paco website and ordered it. So I hope I can show it to you next time. As you can see, we have a blue wall here and we have round things hanging up on this wall. You can see a little bit of one of them. There's also hanging a sign which holds a little part of a lyric, which was on our wedding card. But I thought that Delft blue tile would look just marvelous hanging up there, so I ordered it right away. I can't wait till it's here. And she stitched it on a 32 count white fabric. I'm going to do that the same way. I'm not going to stitch it on a 14 count Ada that is provided with the kit. But I really loved it. I will show it to you next time. If you're curious on what it will look like, you should go watch Cindy Love and Stitch. And she showed it a couple of times, but I believe video 3 is the one she shows it all stitched up. But don't pin me to that. But here's my panda. I made quite a bit progress on her. I still need to do a little bit of filling in here in the head. I started working a little bit on his ear, and I went down a little bit on his foot here, and I filled in some gaps here and there. This is on 14 count Ada with the provided threads in the kit. I love it. For an in-between work, I don't really like the 14 count Ada anymore, but it's okay to switch up every now and then. And then I have one more project to show you, and I should really hurry up. It's about, what time is it? 20 minutes past 5. It's getting dark. Maybe I could turn on the light. Okay. It's making me a bit yellow, but you can see it better now. I have one more project to show you, and that's of course the friendship cell I'm doing with the Stitchketeers. 4 of us are stitching the Quilting Bee by the Blue Flower, and Debbie, Creatively Yours, is stitching Huckleberry Farm. I remembered, and I remembered because I want to stitch that one later on. When I am finished with this one, I want to stitch Huckleberry Farm. And I am really pleased with how this turns out. I started working on the top, and this is how the width is going to be of the project. Started filling in one of his wings, and worked a little bit down on his body. I finished this one and started working down a little bit here. This is 40 count R&R sheep straw, called for flosses, and I love this. I mean, one night every 2 weeks isn't enough to stitch on it. So yesterday, I stitched a little bit more, and I worked in another thread on his wing. And then I was like, no, I should put it away. It's weird stitching on this alone and not chatting to my very dear friends. And yeah, so I have this in my homemade bag. I made this bag myself, and on there is this well, you can use it as a scissor fob or anything, but it's a small Jantina made for us, saying Friendship Cell 2020. That's when we started. So that's it. So I don't have any haul right now. I mean, I'm not going to show you the threads I bought. I bought a couple of threads for with our needle and threads Winter Rose Manor. I'm still missing 2 of them. I bought Love Lives Here, a new chart by, I believe, Little House Needleworks. I really loved it. Very bright colors and something different than stitching on a fold piece like the Fold Fairy. So I'm going to show you that next time. I'm still debating on buying a chart from 8084 Stitchery, also shown by Cindy Love and Stitch. It's really gorgeous. I'm really in doubt, but I love it every time I see it. So when I buy it, I will show it to you next time. I hope you guys are all safe, and stay healthy, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!